Alright, what's up yins guys, time for another video. In this one, I kept notes here. I never read from any websites. And my shit, I always say, whether I want to make a long-ass rambling video or just write the shit. And I do write the shit on my own stuff, and I have done it in the past on other people's YouTubes or blogs, like excuse me. So it's up to any yins guys whether you like me or not. It's a double-edged sword as far as, do you want to hear a long-ass video without any good trigger words or words that you can relate to? Or would you rather read a long-ass article? And I have done both, like long-ass articles. Some of the people don't like you to have a limited attention span or far leftist attention span, or if they have a pornography attention span, it'll troll you now and then. It depends on the attention span, or if somebody's just fucking smug, they hear everything you say, or just glaze their eyes at you, or just refuse to listen. La la la, I can't hear. But anyway, this video is about another video about how you don't have just left wing and right wing. No, just leftist and right wing, how people are missing the point. There's a left and a right inside of the left wing, and a left and a right inside the right wing. Two different attitudes, one very extreme, one side that's a real big asshole and real dickheads, and other ones relate to people both black and white that are like you and me. This one I'm talking about, that mentality in workplaces. And before anybody that's on the far left accuse me of being on a right wing too, want to pull that race bullshit or Jews bullshit on me, I got something for you here in a second that I'll go ahead and say too. This video is for anybody who say you've made friends in the workplace that are black, right, or any other race, or any hierarchy, you know, in places, and then there's the other side that hates you, that will happen to be black or jealous of you. Say you make friends with people that are of another color in a place. They were there longer than you. Those people of color there were longer than you, earned their respect because you make their job easier. And there's an aspect of doing a job too well, and then you get some other ones that mixed with happen to be black and white leftist mentality, and they represent a clique that gets, oh, I did put in my time, where's the paycheck so that I can get drunk and stoned at the end of the day. Those ones are the shit starters, and that's the kind of shit that when I made videos about this, I had some trolls say, oh, that's what drugs do to you. Oh, drugs? That's what drugs do to you? Make you choose the right black people as friends, and you're aware. You're on drugs if you have any awareness that maybe there's other people that are black that are shit starters will try to turn your friends that are black against you. Really, it's, oh, you're just full of shit, huh? But anyway, on another note too, you get them ones that are on here to ask you if you like Jews. This is another one too, putting that aside, along with leftists put aside the drug-doing side. And this is also to, if anybody wants to flip me off that smokes an occasional joint and drinks once in a while. This is not about you, so don't go flipping me off just yet. And this is not about the nice guy that I knew that was a welder. Hey, you smelled some of the better marijuana, the more traditional marijuana in his vehicle, and he was a pretty nice guy. He picked you up on the way walking to work. This is not about people like that guy or the welder I knew. You got people that are assholes, you know. But anyway, there was the idea about too, I'm not just talking about leftists, there was these other ones too, that you get an occasional, I could say, closet Nazi, or they don't outright declare themselves a Nazi any kind of a way, but they made indications. The kind of guy that the people on the far left will accuse you of being if you're not with them, right? I have met ones like that, for example, the far leftist, oh, drug doing, they want to go and use all their paycheck to get stoned. You want to have nice things, and you're an asshole for that. You're selfish. Oh, you want to have a nice place with nice things? Oh, yeah. You should be selling that to buying a rock or or crack pipe, or that marijuana, or whatever drugs you're supposed to be doing at the parties. You know what I mean? But aside from them, you got the one that's a closet Nazi who, oh, if you don't drink, go up, do enough of beer drinking. You know, it might be that married guy who bitches about his wife and kids and goes to a bar and looks for women, all right? You might encounter that kind of guy. Don't declare himself a Nazi outright, but kind of has variations of a slightly not as good attitude about everybody that's black, even the nicer black. And he asks you, oh, you don't smoke occasional joint? You don't run around to the bar and drink enough? And say, oh, he'll say sarcastically, you must be a Jew, or are you a Jew? Because you get those that think a Jew, you don't want to go out and buy a drink. You got these different variations of financial levels. Oh, you must be a Jew if you want to use your money for you, for yourself, and have nice things. That's being a Jew. Then the other white leftist drug-doing side that's shittier than the better part of the left that cares about the poor. You don't party or everything. They have that opinion about you, expletives of some kind. But anyway, when I clear that up, you get, since I'm talking about the left, I say about the left. Since I'm already, before I talk about the right wing, since I was already talking about the left and talking about the closet Nazis that the left will accuse you of, examine the left. Say I talked about the shittier left. How about the better left that the far right claims don't exist? Which represents people that I've worked jobs next to, right? For example, black dudes just like I worked with, just like maybe me. You and this other black dude you're working with has a story. Say maybe you worked in this factory for 10, 12 years, and then, you know, you're just getting assignment jobs, like shittier jobs. Have a better attitude. Maybe you were on and off some kind of benefits and government handouts, and a better attitude about it. You don't think the world owes you, right? And say maybe in job assignments, you know, you had like, you know, partial benefits here and there. You worked, and then you had some ongoing, but we had stories about the better paying jobs, different things like that. And the ones you get along with and you win over, and you and them actually care about the poor, don't really believe you're owed everything, you know. You don't think nothing the government does is ever good enough. You want more and more and more. Like the other part of the left, the drug-doing left, that they want more and more. They even want the government to finance their drugs. Not just marijuana, the right to totally get high, all drugs. I need it for whatever reasons I claim I need it for, that kind. You got the shitty left that they want. And they also call upon the better part of the left, along with the better part of the right wing, to self-degrade. Say, if you in a workplace, you're proud of yourself, you're able to move a little faster, lift 5 or 10 pounds to gracefully, or do a job too well, you're accused of everything, including, whatever. I'll go down the list, but the better part of the left, you know what I mean? It's, they're for the poor, and they do whatever they have to, maybe collected occasional benefits or partial, and then some of them even, you know, collected whatever they collect for depending on the job, for the winter time, you know what I mean? Collect for the winter time. But the other part of the left, work is literally oppressive. Kind of like that dude, damn trucks making noise while I'm trying. The dude Awakened with JP or whatever on YouTube says work is oppressive. Oh, where's the paycheck so I can go smoke it all up and drink it up? Then the better part of the left, one side does, like the radical right says, thinks the whole world owes them, but except the radical right actually thinks everybody on the left thinks the world owes them. But there are people that think they owe them. And then the radical right, has entitlement issues too, like corporate welfare. The person way up in some workplace too that'll accuse, on the far right will accuse you of, I think the world owes you, but yet they think the world owes them too, living on credit, and they think that because they may have gotten a higher position in the workplace because of nepotism and because of other reasons. See, this is why freaking the left and the right fight with each other, and they get fucking confused because you get assholes on both sides. And if you got this far in this video, okay, let's talk about the right. You want me to talk about the better right or the asshole far right first? Well, okay, the asshole far right, like I said, you can, if depending on what size of company, corporate welfare, they have the better SUV. Very condescending, talk down to you. And yes, I watch YouTuber Sticks Hexenhammer 666, and there's other people with hair longer than mine, maybe a little bit better and not as bald as me. But the radical far right in workplaces don't like people like me or the better long-haired YouTubers that are more views than me. They don't care if any of them are on the right. Hey, in fact, having the long hair and all that, and if you can do your job, you should be just banned from ever working anywhere. Lucky if you can clean toilets or whatever. They think you're white trash in a sense, some of them. But some of the better right, you win them over. They tolerate other races better, and you can win them over the same way I told you about how to win over people of other races, the better ones, and how you got other races that are shit starters on the left. Well, you got the better part of the right that, hey, you win them over, and you do well. They're decent people. They're willing to give even people that've been in jail or different things a second chance, but they have reasonable limits. Some of them have 3 strikes and you're out, right? But the radical right has just like the tendency to mostly nepotism and what I want to stress about the far right too, and how I prove that there's a better right and the asshole right. Here's where the asshole right comes into play here. Say you got the better part that happen to be on the right. They don't like radical leftists, right? And these people on the right like you. They like you or me, or if you're black watching this, they give you a chance and you do real well. You get the assholes on the radical right. They may be with the better SUVs that got there because of nepotism. These are the ones that are like, oh, fuck you. I don't give a fuck of who you made friends with or what supervisor that likes you. They don't outright say it, but they say it in a nonchalant way, make you fill in the blanks, and have the tendency to say shit like they're joking. Backhanded shit like they're joking. The radical left, the drug-doing crowd, does the same thing, but in a different ways. Like they're joking, a backhand, act cordial, pretend to like you. If they don't stab you in the back, they say shit like they're joking, or say shit to you when there's no people watching. You know what I mean? These are the ones, like, the far right has the tendency, like I said too, if you have somebody, a supervisor, different kind of people that like you and you win over, and they don't care if you win over people in any other races any kind of a way either. They're like, whoa, oh, fuck you, I'll show you. I'll just go hire or something, my relative somewhere, and try to get you fired or use the job to fuck with you anyway. Them are the kinds that do that shit, right? You got the people on the right, hey, you make their job easier. Could be certain supervisors. And also you do got good supervisors that are there because of nepotism. I've been there. Yeah, a place I got fired for exercising and doing stretches and push-ups in a glass factory. I did videos on that, but I also said that company had where nepotism was good. I had some friends there. Some of them were wives and daughters and sons that worked together. You can have a nepotism that's good if you make friends with them. There's ones that you make friends with, it's good. But then if you have the part of nepotism too, it can either be good or your worst enemy, depending on where you're at. So the nepotism isn't always bad. Somebody you're related to, people you're related to, depending on where, it can be a good or bad. But things like nepotism or because of so-and-so knows so-and-so, that can be your worst enemy. Like you said too, the radical right has the tendency that if one of theirs likes you and the better part of the right wing that likes you, I'll say it once again, being repetitive so it beats into your head. The other asshole side, oh fuck you, I don't care what supervisor or thinks you're better for his job, make his job easier. Fuck you, we're going to go higher over that supervisor's head to fuck with you or try to put shit in the head to get you fired or get other people, that they know when to come use the job to fuck with you, maybe turn up the heat in the job depending on what the factory job, you know what I'm saying? So, but then you got the far left on the one side that's better than one part of the left that's relatively decent. But you got radical right and left that both think the whole fucking world owes them in one form or another, depending on where they are, or you know what I'm saying? That's where it varies.